Globe Music presents Stephie James.
I don't mind being on the losing side. I don't mind wrestling with the blues sometime. I'll come out ahead, babe. Anyway, I'll try. I don't mind the chatter 'cause the talk is cheap. Mind my own and every night we're sleeping easy. Never let them get you. Pretend it's Halloween. I don't mind sleeping and staying high. Tried that way before, but I just got so tired. 'Cause every day's the same day. I won't go back this time. I'm living outside of the scene. My bar tabs are free. I'm the soda pop queen. But it's only a matter of time. To me and mine are riding high, riding high. Living outside of the scene. My bar tabs are free. I'm the soda pop queen. But it's only a matter of time is on the run. I'm always taking the long way. Gave a little too much. I'm under the gun. I don't mind being on the losing side. I don't mind wrestling with the blues sometime.
Live from the Globe Studios on the campus of Goshen College, this is 91.1 The Globe, culturally progressive music. My name is Mike Murrell. Joining me in the studio is singer-songwriter Stephie James. That was her song, Losing Side. Stephie James released her album As Night Fades this past March. It's available wherever you get your music. You can also check out her website, stephiejamesmusic.com. Steffi, how are you doing today?
What's up, Mike? We're good. How are you?
I'm doing great, real great. I mean, it's great to have you here. So you just finished up a short May tour based off of what I was seeing online.
Yeah.
How did that go for you?
It was fun. We had fun. It was just like a little shorty run through this is the Midwest? Yeah, Midwestern cities, and it was cool. We had fun. Sam's learning how to eat olives.
Olives
it's
are
like a
fun.
new thing that he's like into. we're listening to new music,
Yeah, and you played Chicago last night. How was that venue? Was it?
It was cool. It was like an old, the California Clipper Lounge. It was like an old school red booths and red lights everywhere, like a Goodfellas. We took some pictures,
Oh, that's awesome.
It was fun. Yeah, it was cool.
Well, I want to talk a bit about the album As Night Fades. It was released in March. It jumped onto the Americana charts for an independently produced album. That's a pretty big deal right there.
Yeah.
It was recorded in fully analog studio to tape. Is there a reason that you did that instead of more modern ways of recording?
Everything that we love and that we listen to is kind of recorded that way. And our buddy Andrea in Nashville has just a perfect all analog studio, and it's all the perfect vintage gear, and it all works, it's all well maintained. And it's just that thing of tracking live in the room together is I don't know, it's hard for me to even imagine tracking the parts separately. So yeah, the whole record is like us like the bed tracks, you know, rhythm section, me on guitar and like a scratch vocal, and we're all like in the room playing live together, you know. And then all the strings and keys and everything else is an overdub, but it's pretty much us playing live, and that feel is just sort of, I don't know. For me, I think it would be hard to do that any other way.
Yeah,
sort of.
I mean, you talk vintage equipment. I mean, I can't help but notice your amp there for sure. I mean, it's the first thing I noticed when you were setting up in the studio here. Vintage equipment is clearly a thing with you. Tell me about that. Where does your love for vintage equipment come from?
Well, I mean, it looks cool. I think it looks cool.
It looks amazing.
It looks weird. It looks like a little television set, and the knobs on the side, and you know. But it sounds, to me, it sounds like the records that I love, like the music that's kind of in my head. It sort of sounds like this is what it should be played through, and so it works. And it's small, so it fits in the car when the rental car company cancels our van reservation.
So it's cool looking and it's practical at the same time.
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah.
So as Night Fades, it's only a couple months since it's released, so it's real fresh. But what's next? Are you already in the process of your next album or songwriting at all?
They've got some songs cooking. You know, like nothing recorded yet, but yeah, some ideas, and I don't know. I'm excited about it.
I'm excited to hear it in the future as well. Well, let's get into another song. Yeah. You've got Five and Dimer coming up. Take it away.
He's a five and dimer kind of guy, with a steady hand and a twinkle in his eye. We used to ride the city bus all night when I was young and he was only mine. Here he bought a diamond ring, and you'll be married in the spring. Well, tell me straight, does my baby treat you good? Better than I ever knew that it could. Do you think he hung the moon, and does he ever make you blue? Well, I hope that my baby treats you good. I recall the day I caught his gaze. Lonely boy all dressed in black, picking at the pain. You're a pretty face, faith in your stride. Well-intentioned women wanna make him right. Gonna honeymoon in Spain, and all the plans have been arranged. So tell me straight, does my baby treat you good? Better than I ever knew that he could. Do you think he hung the moon, and does he ever make you blue? Well, I hope that my baby treats you. Does my baby treat you good? Better than I ever knew that he could. Do you think he hung the moon, and does he ever make you blue? Well, I hope that my baby treats you good. Yeah,
Five and Dimer, 91.1 The Globe. I'm Mike, here with Stephie James live in the studio. Stephie, we've been playing that song a lot on the air right now, and I got to say, hearing it live, it's just absolutely amazing, absolutely incredible.
Thanks. Thank you.
Fantastic. Well, word on the street is you're a massive movie fan. A cinephile, I think, was the word that was used. So what is your favorite movie?
That's a really hard, unfair question, I think. But I was talking about this with somebody the other day. I think it's easier sometimes if it's like what directors do you like? You know, or like top four, or like the Letterboxd, like top 4 favorite films. I love. We were talking about it earlier. Sunset Boulevard.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite movies.
So Billy Wilder fan.
Billy Wilder.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Outstanding.
That movie's I watch it kind of every so often, and it still holds up. And,
Yeah, William Holden's amazing in it. I absolutely love that
Gloria
movie.
Swanson.
Yeah, she's
man.
fantastic.
But like Lost in Translation.
Okay.
I loved Phantom Thread.
All right.
La Strada, Fellini.
You got a lot. All right.
Yeah.
So movies, have they influenced any of your songwriting over the years at all, or?
I think so. I guess so. Like not intentionally, but even when the last EP came out, people were like, "Oh, it's really cinematic," and I'm like, "That's kind of makes sense." It's kind of like, I don't know. I'm always kind of really tuned into like the soundtracks and movie, or like the score for a film.
Sure.
You know, so it not intentionally, but I think it's there. You know.
Well, speaking of music in a movie, your 2018 single "Silent Film" it was used in the Michael Bolton documentary "American Dream: Detroit."
Yes.
So how did that come about? Tell me a little bit about that. What?
Like the short version. I was writing with this songwriter named John Bettis, and he had worked with Michael Bolton before, and they're kind of like showing each other what they were working on or who they were working with. And Michael Bolton and his team heard a couple of my songs, and then I grew up in Detroit, so it just so happened that Michael Bolton was making a movie about Detroit, and then they wanted to put a song in the movie, and there was one in particular that they really liked, and it's in the movie. And then I went and played a premiere with Michael Bolton, and that was super weird and cool.
And you mentioned something before we started here that about Michael Bolton that there's a little grievance there, maybe.
I mean, he still owes me money, you know.
Okay.
So, yeah, but I went and played the thing and the songs in the movie, and like Smokey Robinson's in it and Aretha Franklin's in it. So it's pretty cool.
That's amazing.
You know, but
Michael, I got to tell you,
call him out.
you need to give Stephie the money that she is owed.
Come on, man.
Well, if you're just tuning in, you're listening to a live studio interview and performance with Stephie James, 91.1 The Globe. Her album, As Night Fades, it's out now. It can be heard anywhere you listen to music. All right, Stephie, I do want to talk a little bit about ambition and innovation. So when you were 15, you and your brother wanted to build a local music scene that was for all ages. So what exactly did the two of you do to make that happen?
Yeah, we started a little coffee shop up in like Metro Detroit area. And really just, when we first opened it, like no real interest in coffee or anything. It was just kind of like a space to create a local music scene. And me and my friends, we all played music, but we couldn't play in bars or we couldn't play shows anywhere in Detroit. So it was like...
Because you were 15.
Yeah, right. We were in high school. So it was like we kind of just built this little coffee house as like an evening, like a venue to host my friends' shows and kind of made a little scene there.
So it's quite the endeavor for a 15-year-old, but it really paid off, though, didn't it? Because, I mean, it kind of helped launch your music career, if I'm understanding this correctly.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I played there, I don't know, like 5 nights a week, kind of, just so I got, like, a set together, and I sort of created my own gig, I guess, like, built my own gig. And, yeah, I just met, you know, people started coming, they started hearing good things about this shop and the music, and they started coming in, and like that's how I met Anita Baker. She came in and she heard me there, and then she took me on the road with her. So it was like, it was very cool.
That's an amazing story. I mean, that's a great way to get started for sure. So your music, it's been described, I'm going to read this verbatim, as having Iggy Pop meets Judy Garland panache with the storytelling tradition of writers like Townes Van Zandt and Guy Clark, fused with 60s girl group sounds echoing the Shirelles and the Marvelettes' Please Mr. Postman. So that's a pretty diverse compilation of sound. How did you get to that point in your music? Who are your biggest influences?
Yeah, I love all those things, all those, you know. I grew up, my mom listened to show tunes, So I think I had like a lot of that, like the Rodgers and Hammerstein and all the like those long melodic phrases and all that kind of really beautiful, cool music in my head. And then it was like I found a Dylan album, and then I started writing my own, and it kind of shifted towards like folk music. And then I found, like, coming from Detroit, I found the like garage rock and roll stuff and like Iggy Pop and the Stooges. So it went electric, and it kind of just all formed whatever this is, you know.
Well, whatever it is, it's great. And why don't we get into our last song of the set here? You're going to play Steve McQueen.
Yeah.
All right, take it away.
I like Steve McQueen, but you're the man of every hour for me. So it seems, while his marathon is on the TV, you watch while I iron your blue jeans. Isn't this the real American dream? And sometimes you make little lamps from the empty suitcase, hang them from strands, then you wait till night and light them all up. The room it glows and we sing old hymns until I fall asleep with nothing but ease. And everything that we touch, we know it's fleeting, but there's not one moment that I mind repeating. They're all will keep. The senator man, he's got nothing that I loathe or desire or admire. But you stand alone with pockets of stone. Suddenly I'm wild and I'm sold. The fabric's bound his bone on evenings like these. And everything that we touch, we know it's fleeting, but there's not one moment that I mind repeating. They're all we'll keep. I like Steve McQueen, but you're the man of every hour for me. So it seems, while his marathon is on the TV, you watch while I iron your blue jeans. Isn't this the real American dream?
Steve McQueen, 91.1 The Globe, culturally progressive music. My name's Mike Murrell. I'm in the studio with Stephie James. Stephie, that was fantastic. A lot of energy in that song. I really love it a lot. You can listen to all of Stephie's songs wherever you listen to music. You can also find out more about her on her website, stephiejamesmusic.com. Stephie, our time is coming to a close. I really appreciate you taking the time to play for us, talk to me. Is there anything that you want to put out there for everybody before you go? And any plugs? I mean, I've talked about your website a couple of times. Is there any tours coming up that you want to talk about, or any music?
Man, I have no plugs. Some like the next thing is like some Nashville dates, and I'm just kind of back to writing and then back into recording mode, you know.
Well, we look forward to hearing more of your music in the future for sure. So thank you so much for stopping by again. I really appreciate it. Well, we're going to get you right back into more culturally progressive music on 91.1 The Globe. This has been Globe Music Presents Stephie James.
When I was young and he was only